Hello co-spoilers. Welcome back to another thrilling episode as we dive into the captivating world of movies. Together, we'll uncover new cinematic gems and indulge in the guilty pleasure of wasting our time on things that truly don't matter.
The film begins with a lady, Sadie Rhodes, anadearmas, driving when she gets a phone call from her advisor. She is deploring the later misfortune of a colleague, Eva, and the advisor tells her to require steps to move on. Sadie tells her she will halt for goods. At a adjacent farmer's advertise, Cole Turner, Chris Evans, is running a shop for herbs. His companions and associates think Cole is still feeling terrible over a later breakup and attempt to energize him to step exterior his consolation zone. Sadie appears up minutes afterward to purchase a houseplant from a adjacent merchant, but Cole steps in since the vendor took a break to urge Tall. Cole and Sadie begin talking. In spite of the fact that it leads to an contention over which sort of houseplant she should get, since she tells Cole that she isn't more often than not domestic since of work. The other seller comes back and inclinations Cole to go after Sadie. So he does and tries to apologize sometime recently, welcoming her out for a coffee, which Sadie concurs to. Cole and Sadie go on a date where they get coffee, go to a historical center, and he appears her the steps included in The Exorcist. They'd go to a karaoke bar afterward, where Sadie performs, but after she signs Cole up, he denies to go due to modesty. Cole brings Sadie domestic, but they have a common fascination to one another, so he spends the night with her. Cole afterward goes to his family's cultivate to visit his guardians, Tate Donovan and Amy Sedaris, and more youthful sister Maddie, Lizzie Broadway. It has been a few of days since Cole has listened from Sadie, and he has as of now texted her apart. So Maddie considers Cole has as of now frightened her absent, and she is ghosting him. He truly accepts Sadie is the one, but his guardians and sister remind him that he doesn't take dangers and has not indeed cleared out the nation. Cole at that point realizes he cleared out his inhaler in Sadie's sack, and since he has following tiles on most of his things, he finds that Sadie is in London. He chooses to create a huge sentimental signal to shock her there. Cole voyages to London, where he tries to reach the area on his tracker app. He is brought to London Bridge, where three enormous goons discover him and thump him out sometime recently, snatching him. Cole wakes up underground being examined by a lowlife called Borislav, Tim Blake Nelson. He and his men think Cole is an specialist known as the Taxman, which he includes a top-secret code that Borislav wants. He tries to torture Cole for information by utilizing kill hornets, but the entryway impacts open, and an outfitted attacker murders Borislav and his men. The attacker turns out to be Sadie, who could be a mystery specialist, additionally the genuine Taxman. She gets Cole out and Hasher take after him. Sadie shoots more terrible folks coming after them. Sometime recently they make it over ground to the Khyber Pass. Sadie commandeers a visitor transport with Cole as more reprobates go after them. She drives the transport in reverse as they chase after her, as it were to conclusion upshot or blown up. Two scalawags make it onto the transport, and Cole slaughters one by wounding him within the confront with a cactus, expecting to be a joke blessing for Sadie, and thumping him out of the transport over a cliff, whereas Sadie shoots the other one and makes him drop. They continue to elude, but somewhere else. A disrespected French intelligence operative named Levesque, Adrian Brody, and his partner in crime Wagner, Mike Moe, get intel on Cole, as they truly accept he is the Taxman and has the code that they need for a bioweapon known as Aztec. Levesque incorporates a bounty put on Cole's head to be brought in lively. Cole strolls with Sadie, contending over him, considering she lied to him when she counters that he was being as well penniless. She too concedes that she murdered Elena since she turned out to be a rebel operator. They take a ride to a adjacent town in Pakistan to meet a contact of Sadie's named Marwan Kanzari. He considers he and Sadie have a sentimental history, in spite of the fact that she denies it. And he moreover notices how he lost a hand for making a difference her as a warning to Cole not to urge connected to her. Sadie pays Marco to assist send Cole back to the US so she can proceed her mission. Farah's Cole and Sadie are about to portion ways. Marco is slaughtered by a bounty seeker calling himself grandson of Sam, Anthony Mackie. He is set to gather the bounty on Cole, as it were for another bounty seeker called the Panther, John Cho, to shoot grandson and take Cole and Sadie with him into his car. At that point another bounty seeker called God the Bounty Seeker, Sebastian Stan, snaps Leopard's neck and makes Cole and Sadie drive. When he escorts them at gunpoint, God the Bounty Seeker is run over by a scarcely lively grandson. Sometime recently he kicks the bucket. Grandson tells Sadie where the bounty is gathered to be conveyed. On their way, Cole notices the passcode, to which Sadie clarifies to him what Aztec is, which Elena knew the passcode sometime recently she was murdered. Sadie comes up with a arrange to trap Levesque by taking Cole in like a prisoner that they require lively. They board a plane with Wagner as he tries to open Aztec from a briefcase that Levesque was in ownership of. Shockingly, Cole and Sadie's arrange goes astray when Wagner finds a selfie that Cole took of himself and Sadie in bed whereas she was snoozing. She is aggravated but closes up battling off Wagner and the other partners in crime. Sometime recently Cole snatches a parachute and bounced out with unharmed Sadie and Aztec. The two arrive on an island, where Cole employments the parachute as a tent and patches up Sadie's cut wound with adjacent herbs. Whereas they set up camp for the night, Cole talks around why he never voyages, utilizing his guardians as an pardon and claiming they require him. Whereas Sadie uncovers that her mother passed absent when she was youthful. The two show up to be reconnecting their sentiment. Another morning, Wagner sends goons to the area where Cole and Sadie have been followed. They make a run for it but are spared by other CIA operators, who take them both into base camp. Cole and Sadie are put into a room for a lie finder test, where Sadie concedes that it was a botch to spare Cole's life since she values her work over individual connections. When Cole is met by another operator independently, he appears Cole pictures of Sadie's slaughters, but one picture catches his eye. It's of Elena's carcass, but above her could be a houseplant that was utilized by antiquated Aztecs, meaning that the hereditary grouping of this plant is, in truth, the code for Aztec. Cole concurs with the agents arranged to utilize him to bait Levesque by having him continue to imagine to be taxman. Levesque gets the primary portion of the passcode, which Wagner affirms works. Levesque is feeling expanded weight to convey Aztec to his buyer, Mr. Utami, Stephen Stopp, who undermines to have Levesque murdered on the off chance that he fails him. The specialists set up a assembly between Cole and Levesque to require put in a pivoting eatery. Utami joins them, with the arrange nearly falling flat when Cole doesn't have the passcode. But Sadie appears up and uncovers herself as taxman to the lowly fess. They get the briefcase open, and she gets her installment, but she at that point issues a $10 million bounty on Levesque to urge them out. A bunch of bounty seekers at that point step up and point their weapons at Levesque, provoking the other supporters to escape. Before long, a battle breaks out, and the eatery begins pivoting as well rapidly. Sadie briefly runs into a one-eyed bounty seeker named Jonas, Ryan Reynolds, who tries to tell her that she changed his life. But she is occupied by the huge battle. Cole battles Wagner, which closes with him throwing Wagner into a pivoting adapt component that pulverizes him. Levesque tries to induce out with Aztec after murdering Utami. Cole, Sadie, and Levesque get tossed against the windows, which begin breaking beneath weight. Sadie shoots a little tower that falls on beat of Levesque, sending him falling to his passing. Sadie oversees to seize Aztec sometime recently. It falls out, and she and Cole kiss. Afterward Cole brings Sadie to meet his family. 3 months afterward, he joined her on missions by taking in targets for data, beginning with an arms merchant named Raoul Dexter Fletcher. But to begin with, they appreciate a gallery date.
Thanks for watching our video. As we wrap things up, we want to say a big thank you for being a part of our awesome community. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our future adventures. We appreciate all the likes, comments, and support you've given us. It's because of viewers like you that we're able to keep creating great content. So stay tuned for more exciting videos coming your way. Remember, you're the reason we do what we do. Without you, our channel wouldn't be the same. So, until next time, take care, stay awesome. And keep spreading the positivity. See you soon.